Hey anybody, and welcome back to the Commonplace Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video nowadays on XRP, so I wish you're all having a terrific day these days. Any place you're in this amazing, remarkable international, we are going to talk about XRP, and once more, I'm going to play some videos of Brad due to the fact the matters that Brad said on this interview. You can see in which XRP goes from right here, and it solidifies quite a few what I've been telling you along the way. Take a concentrate to this, that long in the past that XRP became the second most precious virtual asset. And once more, it truly is earlier than you had those exogenous factors that I would say had been unnatural, perhaps not moral. We are able to debate, however, you already know. And I suppose now you are on account that change, and I suppose you already know, with a level playing field, in case I nearly consider it, as if you preserve a basketball under the water long enough, finally you let go of it, and yeah, it shoots up. However, why are we surprised by way of this? You know, somebody was retaining it underwater, and now it's growing. So appearance, I feel like it feels relatively vindicating, I'll be honest with you. And however you realize, I assume we must agree those over a protracted arc of time. I encourage Ripple personnel. Sure, we're conscious that XRP's long gone up in value, but we certainly do try and take a completely long time period view about you recognize what we're building and the way that contributes to an internet of cost. So what Brad's saying is that the charge of XRP was being suppressed with the aid of the SEC. All of a sudden that stress got here off once Trump won the election and the fee of XRP took off. It turned into like protecting a basketball underwater, and any person let it go. But I nevertheless don't think XRP made up the fee that it ought to have made up. I suppose it was being suppressed for, see you later. It will take time for that value to emerge as again in the fee of XRP. But he also said you acquire to observe it long time, when Brad's telling you maintain it long time, quite an awful lot. Maintain it long term due to the fact XRP is most effective going to move up from right here. There is a lot of catalysts which can be clearly going to ship it upward, and it's all application-based catalyst. ISO Ripple IPO, even the Ripple vs SEC case ending crypto regulations, you obtain to aspect all of that in earlier than you ever promote any of your XRP mega bomb drop. There may be a few communicate about a crypto reserve, I assume, that could grow to be together with Bitcoin and other technologies which you recognize frankly just makes sense from a diversification factor of view. Take a concentrate to Brad right here. Yeah, I suggest appearance years ago before Biden changed into elected what we have been. The words I used to use is like I simply want a level playing field, like the US authorities shouldn't be selecting winners and losers, and as a whole lot, as I'm pro Bitcoin and seasoned eat the SEC human beings forget this, but XRP was the second maximum treasured virtual asset after Bitcoin. The USA SEC then receives worried in picking winners and announcing hey ETH receives a pass. However, XRP would not, an appearance that is very, in my view, very un-American. And in your point, I think it was I just requested for a level playing field. It does sense like, and I assume clearly what if you study the crypto markets as a Omer, it might this administration is putting America first, and well, I mean, we shall see it. It is still, you understand, there's things to play out and matters to appear, but I assume indications are that you understand if, for instance, there may be there's a few talk approximately a crypto reserve you recognize, I think that might become along with Bitcoin and other technologies which you realize frankly just makes experience from a diversification factor of view. And so I'm very optimistic that it's miles a brand new dawn for the crypto industry in the United States. The United States has led in many technical innovations, and it turned into leading in crypto, and some of the leading international groups are based totally here inside the United States. However, the last, so take note, even Brad stated international agencies are primarily based right here within the United States. He is aware of Ripple at this point is a worldwide company, surely America, and those crypto reserves, I do not suppose they're ever going to make a Bitcoin reserve, I suppose, that has a number of push coming from Trump and a few different politicians. However, despite a seasoned crypto Congress to procure a whole lot of humans in Congress that assume it is a dumbass concept, and I assume additionally it is, now we are going to take this money, we are going to shop for Bitcoin, and all of a sudden Tether and PL takes the charge of Bitcoin down with it, and what we bought excessive and now we are going to sell low. It makes no sense to me, and I need to take you lower back to January 2021. This is what people have been looking at lower back then. CC Gary Gensler, pro crypto. We see how that performed out. CFTC Chris Brummer, creator of crypto property. OCC Michael Barr, former Ripple employee. US Treasury Janet Yellen, pro crypto. We see how that played out. ECB Christine Lagarde, pro Ripple, that has no longer changed. BIS central bank, digital currencies, cross-border payments, XRP. We see how that built out because 2021, I'm going to talk approximately Michael Barr in a minute, but I want to expose you what Jeremy Hogan positioned out earlier Today, he says, I've been getting a few questions about January 15th SEC filing deadline in the Ripple vs. SE appeal. Don't be surprised while the SEC's quick is filed well-timed, and don't be dismayed. That is still Gensler's SEC. The filing on January 15th has no effect on whether or not the case might be settled. I assume likely it will likely be settled, he says, or brushed off by the brand new administration, and lawyer is working difficult on this brief as we talk, understanding that every one his attempt is probably for no longer a story advised with the aid of an fool full of sound. And fury signifying not anything possibly a becoming end to the battle on crypto. I suppose they may be going to report that, however I do not suppose it will go everywhere. I nonetheless suppose that case is going to be wrapped up ahead of Fed. Now that's my honest view on that. This comes from Eleanor Tourette. The Federal Reserve Board has announced the resignation of Michael Barr as Vice Chair for Supervision. Barr will continue to be on the Board of Governors, so permits test Michael Barr, and I'm going to offer you my thoughts on this. This could handiest mean one issue it's completed. We're geared up just in time for Trump and the brand new financial gadget. Loads of people are questioning that he had to be eliminated as supervisor. However, he is going to remain at the Federal Reserve, breaking the digital euro. Is it the move? In a recent video, Christine Lagarde has simply introduced it's getting into the training section. The president of the ECB had a meeting with Michael Barr, former Ripple advisor. So if Christine Lagarde is meeting with Michael Barr now, that become again in October of 2023, in November of 2023, Bish Shah's application for DC FinTech Week offering Brad Garlinghouse and Michael Barr, a former Ripple guide, as main speakers. Gary Gensler was also there as properly. They even stated, ironically, they might percentage the stage with Gary Gensler. So if you look at this within the right way, Michael Barr could have been simply going via the motions at the Fed, all understanding along the manner that Ripple became going to be involved. XRP became going to be involved with Fed. Now he also met with Christine Lagarde. We recognize how she looks at Ripple and XRP. She sees it because the future also with the ABs there that tells you that the whole lot goes in accordance to plan. Now people examine a number of this as terrible information because they study Michael Barr as anti-crypto in a few approaches, but the whole lot now goes towards regulations. The whole thing is occurring for a purpose proper. Now in my view, I assume everything that we are watching is sort of a movie playing out, and on the quit of the movie we get the satisfied finishing that we were all watching for. Let's see what happens next. We do have our personal stability sheet that during if a trouble have been to exist, we are enrolled to assist remedy those. Take a pay attention to what Brad stated, says approximately Tether. He does say he is pro Tether on this clip. So you look, as I'm positive many those who you already know comply with. You're well aware, and I recognize you recognize this pretty well. You understand that the strong coin marketplace today globally is ready $200 billion. Approximately 70% of that is Tether or USDTA. In all likelihood, any other you realize 20% of that is a USDC, which is Circle's form of answer within the market. And then there's an extended story after that of you recognize smaller players. Tether is, via I'm pro Tether, and an endorse the United States authorities, I think is much less so, which could alternate also. However, you already know Tether has deliberately installation outside the USA outdoor of type of the long arm of the US regulator. And you understand, I suppose, that offers some essential establishments pause approximately hobby in running with them, and our view has been there's an opportunity for a dependent on logo like Ripple, who has a number of enjoy with institutions, quite a few enjoy with charge flows to carry a product to market. This is truly the maximum depended on. You realize that we can be the primary to pop out beneath with a New York trust license. You already know we are able to be doing monthly attestations. And you realize, I assume, where we do have our very own balance sheet, that you realize if problems had been to exist, we have been in a function to simply help solve those. So now how will it coexist with XRP? You know I well to start with that any liquidity on the XRP ledger is a good component. It is proper for the whole XRP surroundings, and the more liquidity on there consisting of solid cash, it reduces friction and the capacity to do matters, in particular in the DeFi. Global, there is a few local technologies embedded in the XRP ledger, a decentralized exchange, a DEX AM automated market maker, and embedding a strong coin, a robust stable coin. A dependent on stable coin like Ripple USD, we suppose will honestly help. That I do not think it competes with XRP as an exceptional answer, because really we reflect on consideration on that as the bridge currency proper. So RLUSD, Ripple USD, is a dollar bridge. Foreign money goes in and out of other currencies, and having the most liquid, maximum efficient bridge forex between diverse currencies round the world, we think is a wanted solution in scaling global commerce. Like I've been pronouncing all alongside, XRP is going to be moving RLUSD, or even Brad said it strengthens the whole surroundings. RUSD is most effective going to make XRP more potent. But while he mentioned Tether take observe, he said they installation shop out of doors the United States outside the regulator view. And now the United States, they're no longer going to push forward with Tether. I realize quite a few people maintain pronouncing "Oh, Trump's going to be pro-Tether." No, he's now not, due to the fact as soon as guidelines are put in place in case you installed rules which might be going to hold something around that you recognize is totally tied to fraud and manipulation and can't bypass and audit, the rest of the arena is going to take a look at.